Hey, what's up? This is Brian Pfeiffer, the owner of BachelorVegas.com. And I'm standing here today, guys, in front of the Flamingo. And right behind me, you can probably hear a little bit of the music, but I can't cut out with the filter. There's the Flamingo Go Pool. Okay, if you guys don't know what the Flamingo Go Pool is, the Flamingo Hotel just renovated their pool, and now it's the new Flamingo Go Pool. It's still called the Go Pool, but it's real nice. Okay, they did a great job. The family pool that's connected on the other side, which you have to be a hotel guest to get into, I found out today, is not remodeled. That's still the same, but the actual one that's open to the public, the Flamingo Go Pool, is remodeled. Okay, and it just opened a few weeks ago. Finally got in there to check it out. It's in the middle of June, and finally got a break in the heat, so I got out here on a Sunday, and it's not so hot, and I was able to check the place out, get some pictures, and I went over the whole place, and I think I'm going to be able to tell you exactly all the different sections in here. Hopefully I don't screw anything up. Obviously it's the first time being in there myself, so I'll do my best. But anyway, this video is going to be all about the bottle service and the Flamingo Pool, how to get into this place, and everything you guys need to know. If you want to check it out, hit me up. My cell phone is going to be above 773-459-8133. We do sell this place in packages and whatnot, and happy to assist. Oh, and by the way, if you like this content, I would appreciate a like on the video and subscribe to this channel for more. All right, so let's talk about the Flamingo Pool. This place is free to get into, guys. All right, so 7 days a week, you can come to this place and you just walk in. Okay, you don't have to be on a guest list. You don't have to deal with a promoter. You just walk in. And if you want to get a table section, you can easily hit me up for that, and I can hook you guys up. Now, the way they do their tables here is a little bit different than they do at most of the nightclubs in Las Vegas and pool parties. Normally, you pay like a minimum spend, and then that includes the section. Okay, and that's just what you spend on alcohol and food, and that would go toward the minimum, and then you get a section just for agreeing to that minimum spend. Here, it's a little bit different. You actually have to pay what's called a rental fee. Okay, so you pay a rental fee for the section, so you pay that up front. That's just like a fee. Essentially, it doesn't go toward anything. It doesn't go toward food or booze. But then the food and the drink pricing is a little bit less. Okay, but when you add up the cost of the rental fee and the taxes, and then the food and the taxes and tip, you end up paying about the same. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right, so let's talk about dress code in this place. Pretty standard pool. You got to wear pool attire, no jeans, no boots or anything like that. You just got to come dressed, no jerseys. They don't want to have this place look like a gang affiliation type of place. So you got to come to dress the part. You want to look good. The crowd is going to be kind of like a mixed crowd, fairly diverse of all different nationalities of people. People staying at the Flamingo, people that are locals, people that are not staying at the Flamingo. You'll find a lot of people here. The value's pretty good. It's free. Okay, that's number one. The pricing's not bad for the cabanas and the tables and the daybeds and whatnot. So you're going to find a nice mix of people here. I was here on a Sunday just now, and the weather's fantastic today. Probably arguably the best June day I can remember in Las Vegas as far as the temperature versus what it normally is here. When it's 115, it's not so good. But it was pretty busy. It was a good party. They have a DJ up top jamming and playing like open format music. It's a little bit of EDM, Latin, hip hop. That's called open format. A little mix of everything for everybody. People are dancing, having fun, mingling. Crowd was not bad. Okay, compared to some of the other pool parties, Steve Aoki's in town. That's a slam pack party. That's a $300,000 DJ. Of course, it's going to be slam. But if you don't have a big DJ at one of the pools, this place might be a nice alternative. Okay, if you just want to come check it out. All right, so let's talk about the layout and the bottle service. Okay, you have basically a main pool, which is called the party pool, and then there's going to be a north VIP pool when you walk into the left. To the right when you walk in, just past the bar, is going to be the east VIP pool, and then on the other end, the north end, that's going to be a north. It's a smaller pool. That's the north VIP pool. Okay, so let's start with the. I guess when we walk in, that's going to be the west VIP pool, and there's some cabanas around that pool. Okay, those are going to be called your west cabanas, and then there's also going to be a couple super cabanas. The super cabanas are two that are a little bit larger than the rest, and those are actually going to be for 14, and the regular cabanas I think are for 10. Okay, and then there's just a kind of a small circular pool in the middle, kind of cool. That area wasn't that busy when I was in there today. I'm imagining on a Saturday it's going to be a little bit better, but the cabanas are nice. Okay, they have like a TV inside, and they're not like walled cabanas. They kind of got like I don't know if you will, like maybe some sort of like mesh or something that's kind of around the cabanas. So that's how they do it here. Okay, they're not like your standard cabanas that you probably see at some of the regular pool parties. It's just the way it is. They're nice though. They have a nice couch inside, a nice area to hang out, and you get a couple lounge chairs in front of the cabana as well. Okay, so not only do you get the cabana, you get those two lounge chairs. You can put those up closer to the pool, and it's a nice setup. Okay, so that's going to be your north VIP pool. Just some regular cabanas and some super cabanas over there. I did see a daybed over there too, but it's not even on the map on their website. So not sure if they just keep that for like super VIPs or something, but there is a daybed around that pool too. Right on the left when you walk over to that pool, there's a daybed there. Didn't see it on the map though, so it's kind of funny. Now let's go over to the East VIP. Going to be a similar setup over there. However, they do have some daybeds around that pool as well. So the East VIP does have some daybeds that they sell, and there's going to be 2 different kinds of cabanas. There's going to be your regular cabanas for the East VIP, and then there's a couple super cabanas as well. There's like 2 that are larger for like groups of 14, and the regular cabanas are for groups of 10. Okay, and that pool's like long and like rectangular. There were some people over there hanging out. It was cool, just chilling, and you know, kind of shallow on the one end and then deeper on the other end. It's nice setup over there. A little bit more chill than the main pool. Okay, now if we walk over to the other one, that's going to be the north pool. That's a smaller pool, but they do have a couple wet deck day beds in that smaller pool. Those are pretty cool. They're actually day beds in the pool, in the smaller VIP pool. So that's kind of cool. And then there's a line of cabanas. There's 3 that are kind of not on the small pool, and then there's like several that are on the small pool. Those are going to be your north VIP cabanas. Okay. Now there's actually no cabanas around the main party pool. Okay. All the cabanas are either around one of the VIP pools, but there are some what's called Canopy day beds. Okay. The Canopy day beds are almost like a cabana, but they're just a day bed, essentially with like, you know, kind of like a mesh covering around them and a roof. Okay, so they're a little bit out of the sun, and those are kind of like almost like a cabana, but not quite. You're just a day bed inside of a canopy. Okay, so Canopy day beds. And then next to the in front of those, there's going to be what's called lounge chairs. It looks like those aren't for rent. You can just walk up and sit on those. Anybody can sit on them. But then there's some day beds along the pool that are not in the pool. Okay, so that's going to be your regular party pool day beds. Right along the main pool, there's a bunch of those. And then if you get into the pool, they have a ton of seating in the pool, which is really unique. Not a lot of places have this much seating in the pool. In fact, I don't think any places do. But they do have 2 options when you get in the pool, the party pool. There's going to be your like, they're called like wet deck couches, and they're pretty cool. They're actually a couch that actually has like a backrest, and you can sit up on it, and they're pretty roomy. You got a lot of space, and they're in the pool. So wet deck couches, I like those. And then there's the wet deck day beds, which are actually pretty cool too. Those are going to be like a circular type of thing, lily pad. Yeah, but they have like a reclining thing on them, so they actually recline up a little bit on the back, and so you can have like a little recliner day bed, if you will, in the pool. So those are going to be your wet deck couches and your wet deck day beds. All right, and those are pretty much all the sections in the place. All right, so if you want one of those, let me know. Again, you pay a rental fee, and then the food and the drinks is going to be a little bit less, okay, than what you're going to find at the other pools, reasonably priced. And you know, the pricing's not as bad here as regular pools. It's a little bit less, you know, but you're not going to get the big DJ and the big talent here. Okay, that's kind of what you're paying for at the other pools, and maybe a little bit better crowd in some days. All right. Now I did like the setup here. They have like a waterfall. They have like a little grotto area, kind of reminiscent of the old Flamingo, and the old Flamingo had a pretty cool grotto with a waterfall. And they still have a little setup back there with a pool and lounge chairs around it. I don't think those are for sale. You just first come, first serve. And they got a little VIP pool that's covered. So if you want to be out of the sun all day, that might be a perfect area for you. And then they got the you'll go through the waterfall into the main pool. Then there's a bar in the pool that's like a swim-up bar, which is also pretty cool. I know Stadium Swim has one of those, actually one on each end, but they're one of the few places that actually has a swim-up bar at a party pool, which is kind of cool. So, you know, you can get drinks while you're hanging out in the pool, mingling. It's a nice setup, man. They did a good job. I'm going to have to admit they did a real nice job. It's very, very modern and upscale looking, in my opinion. The colors are very appealing, and overall it was a nice place. I definitely recommend it. So if you guys are, you know, want to check out the Flamingo Go Pool, again, make sure you hit me up, 773-459-8133. That's my cell. We do make packages with like brunch, limo service, get you guys over here, get you a nice brunch. You know, like I said, you can come here anytime throughout the day, get a couple hours in the heat, if you will, or you can chill out in the shaded areas underneath that waterfall area. It's pretty cool. And yeah, we're happy to help you out. So we do make hundreds of custom packages. I do have a new packages system live on all the websites. So make sure you jump onto one of our websites and check it out on the link below. And we're bringing out a big app here in the fall as well. So we're going to have everything on the app, and I'm going to have a party planning tool and everything. So we're pretty excited about that. So if you like this content, I would appreciate a like on the video. Do subscribe to this channel for more, and bang that notifications bell. I'm Brian Pfeiffer, signing out here from the Flamingo Go Pool, the new Flamingo Go Pool, and I'm looking forward to working with you out here in Las Vegas. Hit me up to plan your trip. Talk to you soon. Goodbye.